This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Agape Therapy. The football team's front four on the defensive unit are the first line of defense when the opposing team has the ball. And 3 of this year's starting 4 are from the state of Iowa, and all have been with UNI's football program since 2007. It is a special group of guys who play a big factor in the outcome of each game. Brad Wells filed this report.
The starting defensive linemen for UNI have worked through the program just like many guys before them, working hard to get better year after year. 3 of the starters up front also share a common bond. They all came into the program after successful all-state careers in high school, redshirted in 2007, and have grown closer to each other as teammates and friends as they become more and more important to the defense.
I actually knew both those guys before we actually even got here. We all went to Iowa State camp together, all played the Shrine Bowl together. That was a great experience just to get to know somebody before you actually were teammates together. Both those guys, like you said, we came in together, and I think our relationship just grew together. We used to hang out as freshmen, and that really strengthened our relationships.
It's pretty awesome. Like Ben said, there was a bunch of guys on the UNI football team we played with in the Shrine Bowl. And, actually we were at a football camp, and Ben injured my left knee at one of the camps we were at, so I still give him a hard time for that.
Ben Boothby from Clinton, Iowa, August Hadenfeldt from Solon, Iowa, and Will Eilert from Grinnell, Iowa have been a strong support staff for each other as they grow both on and off the football field.
Definitely, we lived right next to each other in the dorms, all 3 of us, and yeah, we have an extremely strong bond, and I think that helps out there. We kind of understand each other, where people are going, and even Darren, he didn't come in until a couple years later.
The strong bond off the field has enhanced their connection on the field. Being able to make identical reads about an offense and trusting each other puts the front line in the backfield to disrupt the play.
When you grow with somebody throughout the program, you really know what they're like the entire way through, and you really can get that vibe and really play off one another, so that when it comes on the field, you can really play off how they were going to react.
It's a big competition between all of us. Obviously you got Ben Boothby, who had all the accolades in the world, and rightfully so. He's a heck of a player. And he kind of drives us, along with Darren Branch, myself, Augie Hadenfeldt, and even some younger guys that you're going to see step in this year and play some more snaps.
With 17.5 sacks combined last season, this group of linemen is hoping to utilize their close relationship with each other to have a close connection near the opposing team's quarterback.
We usually just get together and we talk and make sure everything's squared away before we go out on the field and play, because after that, just have to go off instinct. You got to trust one another, so you have to make sure before you go out that everybody's on the same page.
Just practice in general. Being out there for 3 hours some days, most days, and doing a lot of team periods. We get a lot of individual work with Coach Entz and Coach Harkin, and we're striving to be the best defensive line in the conference, in the country, so we're kind of all just pushing each other, trying to make it as hard on each other as possible.
Darren's the only guy to have transferred in, and he's been here for 3 or 4 years. So we're a pretty close-knit group at this point. We've been through a lot, whether it's in game or in practices or just hanging out off the field. We are a pretty tight-knit group, and we're excited for this year.